Hi everyone, it's Eric from ecotman12.blogspot.com and welcome to my first impressions video of the Galaxy Note 2. Now, first must thank Vodafone for sending me this handset over to review. A big thanks must go to them. You can purchase this handset free from vodafone.co.uk on contract plans for £47 a month. Now, I'd also like to say that I apologise for actually getting this handset a little late into review, but there's been a lot of high demand for it. And I also apologise for no unboxing video, but since this is a review unit, it just came with the phone, no box, so I thought I'd instead give you this first impressions video. So, let's give you a quick look at the physical aspects. On the front, we've got a 5.5-inch screen running at a resolution of 1280 by 720, and it's an RGB display, as opposed to the Pentile display in its predecessor, which is actually a really good step up. On the top over here, we've got an earpiece, couple of sensors, and a 1.9 megapixel camera, capable of capturing 720p HD video. At the bottom, we've got a little capacitive button area, we've got a menu button, and a back button, and a physical home button. On the side, we've got a volume rocker. We also have a pinhole microphone, if you can see that on camera, right there. Micro USB connector. We've got the S Pen right over there, which is one of the main selling points for this phone. We've also got a power on-off button, which also acts as a sleep-wake button. Also another microphone, presumably used for noise cancellation. And over here, a 3.5mm audio jack. On the back, we've got an 8 megapixel camera capable of capturing 1080p video with an LED flash, and at the bottom we've got a speaker. Now let's actually open up the back and reveal the battery. It's a really quite large battery, one of the biggest I've seen, and it is a 3100 mAh battery, so that should give a decent amount of battery life. We've also got the micro SIM card slot and a micro SD card slot, so it's great that Samsung are still integrating this into their devices. And the back, before I actually put it on, it still is one of those flimsy backs, but it is a bit more stiff, so therefore it's like not like the cheapest plastic that Samsung normally tend to use. It is a bit more stiff and doesn't feel like it's going to stretch all, or flims all the way to the back like the other backs did, including the back on the Galaxy S3. So it is getting better, and when it's on the phone, it actually feels very solid. So let's actually put all the tabs in. With the Galaxy Note 2, it's a bit more tricky to actually put all the tabs in because you won't notice that there's still a couple of tabs that haven't been clicked in. So just go all around the phone like this, and you should be ready to go. So let's power on the phone. Let's swipe to unlock. And here is the display. As I said, the colours on this really are marvellous. They look really, really great. AMOLED screens always tend to give the saturation a bit more of a kick and put it in on a bit more of a high gear. So as you can see, this is the screens right over here, and I'm swiping between the screens, and it is very, very responsive. Granted, I ain't got much on the screens as of yet, but I pretty much just took this device out of the box about an hour ago. So as you can see, when I'm swiping between screens, there is no lag, and that is down to a few factors. One is the 1.6 GHz quad-core processor that is powering this phone, along with 2 GB of RAM and 4.1 Jelly Bean, which is also running on this device. So this device really is blazing. It is very, very fast indeed. Haven't noticed any sort of lag or anything, even this app drawer, in the widgets drawer, which, actually there you go. See, no lag whatsoever, even if I swipe very, very fast. So very, very fast, no hiccups or any problems I noticed in performance thus far. I can't really come to that conclusion as of yet, as I've just had this out of the box for a short while. Now, as you can see, there is also the Amazon application. Now, I did not install this. This was actually pre-installed along with other apps we got from Samsung, like S Note, S Planner, Samsung apps, S Voice, which none of us use anymore since we have Google now, S Suggest, Video Hub, Video Player, Voice Recorder, and the list goes on. And these 3 applications, and okay, let's make it these 5, these 5 were actually, well 6, were actually given to us free on the phone, so I didn't install those. They were actually put on the phone for free. Nice little freebies. Amazon was free anyway, but you got 5 for 12, Let's Golf 3, and Nova 3, which all tend to cost quite a bit of money on the Google Play Store. They tend to be on the more expensive side of the applications that you purchase. These 6 over here: MX Player, The Amazing Spider-Man, Battery Solo, Galaxy Note 2 Feather, Daily Motion, Apex Launcher. I actually installed on the device myself, so they don't come with the device, you have to actually purchase those yourself. So let's show you a little bit more of the phone, and what I'd like to cover next is the web browser. And here's the web browser actually loaded. It is a fantastic web browser, this really is. Jelly Bean and the processor speed and the 2 gigs of RAM really do come into play here. Let's go on to my website. I really like the fact that all the number keys are actually on the top of the keyboard. It gives you easier access to them. Okay, let's go into my site, as I said. Okay, so it's loading my site. This is the mobile version. Let's go into the full web version. And there's my website, loaded up very, very quickly. And let's just turn it into landscape view, which is the true sort of web browsing experience on all devices. And let's give a closer look at that. As you can see, it's running very, very, very smooth. And if I just go into this text right here and like pinch to zoom, you can see there is literally no lag whatsoever. Normally when you keep doing this for a certain amount of time on pretty much all of the devices, it tends to lag. But here there's no lag whatsoever. So it really is a fantastic browsing experience. Better than the Chrome browser that Google currently use. And is I'll be really picking hairs here, but you can see that the notification bar has actually stayed in this web browsing experience. So it's not 100% full web browsing experience, but it's 99% there. Like I said, picking hairs, so don't take that on spec. So, as you can see, there's folders that this also does as well, which is a part of TouchWiz, and Android obviously, but as you can see, this part is a part of TouchWiz, as this little animation that plays up is what you only get with TouchWiz, and you can't create folders by just simply dragging and dropping an icon onto the onto the apps. You can't really do that. You have to actually tap and hold and drag to create folder, or tap and hold on the screen and create a folder that way. Not good. Samsung did this with Ice Cream Sandwich, and they've done this with Jelly Bean as well. They should just give it to us the regular way we get with stock Android and other HTC phones and Motorola, etc. So, let's actually show you the S Pen, which is located at the bottom of the phone here. I pull it out. The phone gives a little vibrate. It takes you to this little S Pen planner, which if you go into these, it will allow you to write a quick note to yourself, or anything of the sort like that, and it gives you various other templates to do. And with this, let's just quickly write. I'm not the best of writers like this, but as you can see, it's got sort of like pressure sensitivity as well as this little cursor that shows up, which is having little problems right now. But if I just like gently just write down something, it's a thin line, but if I do it harder, you can see the line's gone actually quite a bit thicker. And if I go back to the home screen, which I'll just do right now, you can see here's that little cursor I was talking about that pops up when you bring the actual pen, hover it over the screen, which is really actually quite interesting. I don't know how Samsung actually did that, since there's no battery in this pen. And also, if you tap and hold on this little button that's at the side of the pen right over here, and then it'll draw a little cropped box, it will basically allow you to crop the section you just did right there. So doing this, as you can see, you can copy it to Clipboard, do any effects there. I think I just did something with the hovering little marker over there. But it basically allows you to interact with the cropped image you did, which is for note taking, actually really does extend what this can actually do for taking notes. And if you put the pen back in to the device, it takes you back to the home screen. So that is a really nice little touch right over there. So this phone, as I said, is running 4.1 Jelly Bean. You get all the great thrills of Android 4.1, and that includes obviously the multitasking, which has actually been much improved and much faster when you actually then compared to Ice Cream Sandwich. And also you got some couple extra buttons here. We're going to focus on this one right here, which is Google Now. As you see, it takes you to Google Now. For some reason, there's no sound when I'm doing anything with this phone. No sound from the keyboard or Google Now or anything. As you can see, sound is enabled, but it's still no sound. So let's just do a quick little query over here. What's the weather going to be like tomorrow? Okay, I did a little mistake. Let's do it again. What's the weather going to be like tomorrow? Okay, so that was really quite fast, but only downside is using the really bad robotic voice that we get, you know, with Samsung's S voice and stuff. So that's the only thing I don't really like too much about it. Other than that, It is all very, very responsive. As you can see, just flicking between this widget is really very smooth, and so far it's a really, really nice experience. I can't give a final verdict on this device yet, as I've just had it for a very short while, but as I'll be testing it over the couple weeks, I'll bring you a full review of this handset and let you know of the pros and cons. So please stay tuned till then. In the meantime, I'll be covering many aspects of the mobile phone, including gaming performance and the web browsing experience, and using this for multimedia as well, as that's one of the really big killer features for devices that have these HD displays. So I'm going to sign off now. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Eric from ecotman12.blogspot.com. Please thumbs up, comment and subscribe, and I'll see all of you in the next video.